Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's AMBERSHARNIECE, and in today's video I am going to go over some major BBL mistakes to avoid. I promise it'll make your recovery a much smoother process and help you maximize your results. So if you're interested in knowing if you're getting ready to have your own surgery, definitely stay tuned because I'm going to drop some gems in this video, girl. Before we hop into the video, you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about the items that I discussed in this video, list them down below in the comment section. Or you can send me a DM over on my Instagram, AMBERSHARNIECE, as well as Snapchat on AMBERSHARNIECE. So yeah, if you have any questions, just hit me up and let me know. These items are in no particular order. I'm just going to go ahead and call them out as I have them written down on this little list here. So one mistake you want to avoid is not having enough compression. You guys, you will understand what I'm saying by not having enough compression the moment you don't have enough compression. You've probably done plenty of research and you know that you need to compress on the areas that you've got in your liposuction. But y'all, I tell you guys, swelling is insane when you're not compressed enough. Another thing that people talk about as well is having too much compression too early in your recovery. If you have too much compression, you're more than likely to get like lipofoam burns or faja burns on your body, and it's just super painful. It hurts. You may even cause lumps and bumps in places that they shouldn't even be. So you either have too much compression or not enough compression. So you definitely want to be in the middle with just the right amount of compression. Number two is eating too much salt. Y'all, I didn't realize that I was even eating a lot of salt. You just normally cook your foods or you go somewhere and get your foods and you don't really think about salt. But things that has like a lot of seasoning on it, things of that nature, aren't good for you, because what's that going to do is going to cause you to swell. Of course, salt equals swelling, and it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings during the process of recovery. So I would definitely say take down your salt intake as much as you possibly can. Cut it anywhere that you can, and don't go heavy on your seasonings, otherwise you will swell. Number three, one thing that I suffered with a lot was improper placement of my boards and my foams. I would find myself having like lines down my stomach, my lipofoam, like on my sides, my back, or my stomach, just because the foams were not placed in the correct position, I guess. And there's never just one way of, putting them down with compression, because you'll find that through your recovery process, you're going to be shrinking, you're going to be getting smaller, so you're going to have to move those foams a lot through your recovery process. So, me in those doggone foams, man, it takes me a good 20 minutes to put them on in the bathroom, because you have to stuff them in, stuff them down your faja. But if you don't have them on right, then you cause yourself to have like a little gaps in between the foam, and that little area will swell on its own. And so when you take those foams off to go take a shower or whatever you're gonna do, you feel super duper tender in those areas. So you want to be careful of that. You want to look out for that and make sure that you're putting those foams as close as possible together. Sometimes it can overlap just depending on how you're putting them on, and you still may get the lines down because there's not an even amount of compression. One way to combat that is to put like a tank top or a t-shirt on and then put your foams on. My issue with that was the t-shirt or the cami underneath my foams caused me to itch really bad. So I was just like, I'm just gonna have to put the foams right on my skin because it's not gonna work any other way. Number four, using your BBL pillow way too often. To be honest with you, my doctor didn't even recommend the BBL pillow. So me sitting on this BBL pillow right now is not technically recommended by him. But the reason why I have it is because I need something under my legs to cause the gap, so when I'm sitting down, my butt isn't directly touching the surface. The issue with the BBL pillow is to cause your blood flow in your legs not to circulate properly, and that could cause blood clots, things of that nature. But I tend to not sit on my BBL pillow very, very often. The only time that I really use it is when I'm driving. At work, I actually use a rolled up blanket, and I use my pillow. Not my BBL pillow, but like a regular pillow. And I put that under my thighs to cause me a little elevation for my butt. And then the reason why, I don't know why these BBL pillows are so doggone hard. I know they have to keep their shape and keep their form so that way you're not sitting directly on your butt, but a little bit annoying. But yeah, if you sit on that BBL pillow too much, you're giving yourself room to, you know, create those blood clots and things like that. We don't want that, especially very, very early on. I would say very early on in your recovery process, just don't sit on nothing. Don't try to sit, period. Like, no. And that brings me to number 5, which is sitting too soon. I see a lot of people in different places that they go, they're being told that they can sit right after. And if that's what your doctor recommends, by all means, do what you gotta do. But y'all, it was so uncomfortable. The butt is just so uncomfortable. Like, why would you even want to sit on it? Because it doesn't feel right. Even when I started sitting at 3 weeks, it was just like my butt still feels weird in some areas where the fat was injected, so I don't want to sit on it. But if you can, my doctor recommended 3 weeks. Some doctors recommend 6 weeks. Some doctors recommend right away. I would suggest not to sit on the booty cheeks for as long as possible. If I had the choice, I probably would have waited on that to my 5 or 6 weeks. But trust me, being on my knees all the time, being on my stomach all the time was very annoying. However, I'm still on my knees and my stomach all the time. The only time that I sit is when I'm at work or if I'm driving. Other than that, I'm on my knees, I'm on my stomach. Now, I do now feel like, you know, with me sitting down, I'm at, what, 5 weeks? Almost 5 weeks now? With me sitting down now, I don't really feel like it's altering my butt. But there's just certain dents in my booty that I don't want to be so prominent. And these were dents that I already had prior to getting surgery. And the doctors, you know, of course, they can fill those dents in, but whether or not this fat survives in that area is up to your booty. And apparently my booty was like, no, we ain't gonna stay. So I just don't want to make the dents that I already have more visible, but there's not really anything that I can do about that at this point that I know of. And I don't believe that sitting is going to cause it to get any worse, so I should be okay. Number 6 is forgetting to drink your water, your gallon of water and pineapple juice. So I have completely dropped the ball on drinking my water. I think after week 2, I slowed down with my water drinking because I was drinking a gallon of water a day. I think he wanted us to drink like 2 gallons of water, but y'all, I wasn't making it 2 gallons because that back and forth to the bathroom was something else. But I was drinking about a gallon of water a day, and I think around maybe 2.5 weeks, I really slowed down on it, and I tend to stay swollen a lot longer than I would if I just go ahead and flush my body out with the water. So it's very important to drink water, and drinking a pineapple juice very, very early on in the recovery stages is great for swelling. And I continue to actually drink my pineapple juice. I love pineapple juice anyway. So I continue to drink pineapple juice. It just really, really helps with your swelling. So definitely consume a good amount of pineapple juice if you're not allergic to it or anything, and consume a lot of water. So don't stop drinking it. Don't. And my final thing that I want to say, things to avoid or mistakes to avoid after getting your BBL, is sleeping on your side and your back too soon. I am still sleeping on my stomach, and like I told y'all, I'm almost 5 weeks post-op, and I want to sleep on my side so bad. I want to cuddle. And I can't do any of that because I am afraid that I am going to deplete the amount of hips that I had. My doctor did transfer fat into my hips, and unfortunately for me, a lot of my fat did not survive. And what I think and what it was, though, you guys, I think a lot of us, which is another point, another mistake to avoid, is falling in love with your swollen body, your swollen booty. Don't do it. I promise you guys. The body that you see fresh out of surgery is different from the body that you see at 1 week. It's different from the body that you see at 2 weeks. It's different from the body that you see at 3 weeks, so forth and so on. I have seen my body change so many times throughout this process, and I'm only 5 weeks post-op, y'all. It's ridiculous. And I had gotten so used to seeing those big old protruding swollen hips, okay, so that when my swelling did go down in my butt area and my and some of my fat went away as well, I see that it's not as curvy as it once was. So that's really sad for me. However, it's cool. because with the way that my doctor sucked the fat out of my stomach, even if my hips completely went away, I have so much curve in my waistline that it gives me something. So hey, I'm thankful for that. However, I really love that swollen booty and swollen hips, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you, but hey, I'm thankful for what I got. And I guess one more bonus thing about BBL mistakes to avoid. I know a lot of us are in these BBL groups and we're looking at other girls' surgery, we're looking at other girls' pictures and progresses. Please know that everybody's surgery is different. So one thing to avoid is comparing yourself to another girl's body, another girl's journey. Her body is hers, yours is yours. Everybody's going to heal different. And you know, just try to find the things that you love the most about your results and your body and be happy. Don't be that person going up there and getting second, third, fourth, and fifth rounds just because you want to look like somebody else. Hopefully this video helped you guys out and gave you some good information or tips to avoid during your BBL recovery process. I created a playlist of my entire BBL journey, the entire vlog of when I got my surgery done, as well as my booty reveal. And I also put a few vlogs in there as well for my body maintenance and everything like that. So if you're interested and you want to check those videos out, click on the link down below in the description box. I'll definitely have it down there for your viewing pleasure. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions, or hit me in my DMs on Snapchat and Instagram at AMBERSHARNIECE. And yeah, y'all have a good day. See y'all next time.